Yo, I'm back and I'm out here recording another video. It's pretty quick. Um, this video is not going to be long. It's going to be a short one. I only think I got like two topics in my head, three topics maybe. I mean, it might even go over your head, so you might have to replay this shit. Go back to my videos, rewatch them shits. I know you didn't get it all. I know you didn't, cause you know why? You're not liking, you're not commenting, and you're not subscribing. Folks, we got to do it. And we got it. And yeah, start commenting too. Start leaving me topics. Start hitting my DMs. Start saying, yo, Brandon, this is what I think about your video. It was good as shit. I didn't really understand it, but I'm playing. But this is what I think you should talk about. This is the direction I think you should go. I got some topics here that will just scratch your brain a little bit. Like, that's the thing. I don't want people to think that I think that I'm right. I'm not saying that. I am trying to start a dialogue. And that's the issue with a lot of people, is that people are afraid to even start the dialogue. I listen to every even if I don't align with your views, I will listen to them, because you know why? It makes me smarter. It helps me think in a different way. Okay, let's say this person said some super duper racist shit, but get this, they might have said one thing in there that I'm like, you know what? If they flipped it this way, they got a good point. Now, a few topics I want to talk about. I want to talk about collective consciousness, and I want to see what you guys think about that, and what I have to say about it. And I also want to talk about melanin. I'm going to talk about melanin first, and this is going to be a hot debate. What I think about it. And there's some other topics I can't remember, but I might get into them. You know what I mean? Just by stumbling, because I'm a segue king. So let me get into it. Hold on, FBI are at my door. Nah, I'm playing. They just said that y'all sleeping on me, and that they're gonna probably arrest me soon for dropping all this knowledge. It's a shame. So y'all better soak it up now. Soak up game. I'm giving this out for free too. I just had to talk to my agent. He giving me that. Yeah, it's free. It's for free. It's a shame, man. But melanin, my opinion on melanin. So I believe that we all come from the same person. I do believe in God. I don't believe in religion, because man is evil. We're all evil. So I would control the shit. No, we need that light. I would control that book as much. But I do believe we all come from something. I don't know why you wouldn't believe that. I don't. This shit is too organized. This shit is too perfect to not. Because the thing is, I'm not saying like to believe in God, but I'm saying when you're a super successful business owner like Amazon, let's just say Amazon, Jeff Bezos, he sees the whole play. He doesn't just see, oh, this current play. He sees the fucking map, man. So when he makes a play, he's waiting for 5, 6 other people to make a play. Then he's gonna go, okay, now I can make my play, because I tricked 5 businesses into doing something. Now I'm gonna buy these 5 businesses because they fell into my trap. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's say he buys a shit ton of stock, right? So a short, he buys a shit ton of stock, makes sure other people buy it. Then that stock, he pulls out, that stock goes way down. Then now these companies lost money. And then he buys up those companies. He sees the plays bigger than we can. I don't know if you guys understand that. Now, relating that to God, let's say something random happened to you when you were like 10. You don't understand it. Now that you're 30, you go, oh, that wasn't that random. It actually helped me turn into the person. So do you see what I'm saying? Shit isn't random. You might think this shit is random. And that's what I want to talk about. See, damn, segue fucking king, man. I want to talk about the simulation theory. I know a lot of people want to talk, people don't believe in that shit. But there's a negative connotation with the simulation theory. We are just in a virtual world. We can't do anything. Everything's controlled. Da, da, da. That's the negative connotation. But you should flip it and realize, if this is a simulation, which I most likely believe it is, you control everything. You control your own destiny. That shit is lit to me. That's why I can't really relate to a lot of people, and that's why I don't, a lot of people are my friends, but I don't really view anybody as my friend, because I have a takeover mindset. I fully adopt this simulation theory, because I believe once you take ownership of your own life and you realize that everything in your life happened because of you. You are where you are right now because of you. No one else. Everything that's happened in your life is because of you. And that's just the hard, cold facts. Let's not say something like, obviously something like, I don't know, death or something in your family. You know what I mean? Like, that's not your fault. But, like, you should still own up as, like, everything is under my control. So, with that theory that everything's under control, that means that you can own up to it now. Anything that happens now, from this point on, I know is my fault. So that means I can control everything good that happens to me too. But we are so in a defeatist mentality where we just are ready to give up right away and think everything negative happens, like, is bad. Like, not everything, like, Will Smith said it. Do you see the movies that he failed to audition for come out? No, because you didn't hear about them. You only see the movies that he's in. That's some real shit. And I just think I'm not saying on this, simulation theory long. I'm just saying that I think, even if I don't believe it necessarily, I believe in the fact that we can control our own lives, and you should. And I don't know why you shouldn't. I think people are so afraid. I don't think people realize that you know everything. You know everything, and I don't know what there is to be afraid of. I honestly don't know. I really want to ask people, why are you so afraid? Everybody's afraid. Everybody's afraid. And one thing that gets on my nerves is that these are the two things that people, this is actually maybe 2, 3, I'm going to say 2. Everybody just wants attention right now. And I can't stand it. I don't give a fuck. Get over yourself. And then everybody is scared of, I don't know what. They're scared of losing. They're scared of being judged by others. And like I said, they're craving attention from people that don't matter. It's creating this disaster of a society. And I'm going to speak about society in a little bit too, actually. I think, but to my point, why aren't people in the mindset, since we have such a defeatist mentality, why don't we have a mindset of owning, taking control of this shit? I really have one friend who will hit me once a month. He lives over in Cali. We talk occasionally, but he reminds me who I am. He goes, Brandon, you got to take over this shit. You got to take over the world. I'm trying to take over the world, but I really am. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't. This is yours. Why not? This is ours, but it's going to be mine. So you better know who you're talking to now. But anyway, with the society, my friend made up a good point. Society right now is so, I want to say, isolated in that sense. Like, we don't really have to do anything. Like, and what I mean by that is, it's harming us in a sense. Like, if you need fast food, if you can't get food, fast food. Your car breaks down, AAA. And I'm not saying that these are like bad things, but we're so dependent on one another and not ourselves that I think it's creating some type of insecurities, some type of comfortability that's stunting growth. You don't need anybody for, what I mean is, you don't need yourself for anything. You can just, you can literally do everything from your phone. And I think it's hindering growth. I think it's really hindering our growth as a society, as a species. And I don't see how this can get any better. Because what's the need? That's what I'm saying. I'm so confused about this attention thing, is all the people who crave attention are on, social media the most, or don't, they look at things like that the most. Like, and I don't see how they correlate. I think we're the most confused. This society is making us so confused and depressed that we don't know. Like, the fog in our brains is so much that we can't see the light of the tunnel. I go through it too. Myself. I go, fuck, I don't know what's going on. Da, da, da. And then, boom, I go, oh yeah, Brandon, you're supposed to take over the world. No shit. Like, get back on your shit. And then I think that's where my depression stems from, is a lack of control in my own self, because I feel like I lack the means to start making these power plays, making these controlling moves. I want to be the dude who's controlling everything. I know that sounds crazy, but you have to be crazy, like, to survive in this world. Like, honestly, like, how else are you going to make it if you're not 100% blindly confident in yourself? You're going to get swallowed up in this world. Swallowed up. There's no way. Now we're already at 10 minutes, and I'm going to get on the collective consciousness. And and we're gonna be done, and we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna call it a day, boys. Pack on up, you know. But anyway, so let's move on to the collective consciousness. This is some food for thought. You can let me know what you think. Oh, I didn't even get into the melanin part. This is gonna be a quick little ad, John, while we get into collective consciousness. I really think melanin isn't what determines your skin color. I really think that's a part of some race war shit, man. Because I think that's such a cop out. Oh, he's got more melanin. He can do some shit. Like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. I think melanin is actually, they say your third eye, your pineal gland. I really think melanin is what allows you to take in more information. I mean, if you really look into it, I think melanin is what allows you to receive and process information faster than others. That's why people who are watching my videos or can understand what I'm talking about, understand what I'm talking about. Because they have more melanin. It doesn't matter if you're black, white. Your brain processes things, moves forward. Okay, yeah, it remembers. I think it's what I'm talking about. I think you know everything and you choose to forget. Which moves into collective consciousness. And what I mean by that is, so if you don't know what collective consciousness is it's the theory that, it's a theory, but it's real shit. Is the theory that once something happens, it's stored in a collective database, which goes into the simulation theory, and that you're able to draw upon that and then use that information. So, a quick excerpt. There was a study of 100 monkeys on an island washed their apples in a river or whatever the fuck, and then an island across from them, that monkeys started washing their apples as well. And they're like, how the fuck did that happen? And that's a part of the collective consciousness issue. So this is my question to you guys. Do you guys think the people who are controlling everything are good or bad? And what I mean by that is everything that happens, any major event that happens, we all collectively go, hey, we want that banned. Hey, we want this to stop. Hey, this. And it most likely gets granted. So did they create that to happen so that we could collectively agree upon that? Collectively awakening us so we can all get on the same page? Or is there another hidden agenda where they wanted us to think that negatively? We need that light. We need that light. So what do you think about that? I think that that's where I struggle. I don't know if the guys in control are good or bad. I know they don't have control, as much control as we think they do. There's just no way. It'd be pretty amazing. I mean, it'd be pretty amazing if they could. Because I realized, man, these people ain't that smart. They're not. And I think, like, for example, the Snowden thing, he's coming out and saying how, oh, they're spying on us every single move. I think the thing is, I think that's a fear tactic. I think he's, because if he was really a whistleblower, he'd be dead in a mo. He'd be dead. Like, he'd be so dead that he'd be like, yo, I'm Edward Snowden. I think the government's boop, bop, beep, he's gone. He's out of here. Home run. This man, his head is in the stands. You kidding me? If he was saying something really groundbreaking, like groundbreaking, he would be arm would be found in Chicago, a leg would be found in Egypt. Come on now, use your brain, use your common sense, man. Like, think about it. All the people in the world that ever got, like, really super assassinated, like, they just were like, they didn't even say something crazy groundbreaking. They were just like, yeah, you should probably love everybody. Like Martin Luther, JFK, and Jesus were like, yeah, I think maybe we should just hug it out. And they were like, did this man just say hug it out? Bro, he's gotta go. And they were, and even he was like, damn, I just said hug it out? That was pretty fucking smart of me. Boom. As soon as he said he was smarter than him, he's gone. Now, I'm just saying. Now, sorry, Ash was stretching my dog. To the point, I just think that I don't know if it can be controlled in a sense, because to my point, so to prove collective consciousness almost is a real thing, is that if you are a thinker, everything that's Plato's ever thought, you're kind of like, he didn't even really say anything. Any out of these, like, super old books that, like, if you are a real genuine thing, I'm not trying to, like, toot my own horn, but, like, if, like, anything like Sigmund Freud, like, was, I don't even know how to say his last name, was saying about, like, like the ego and all that stuff. If you generally sit and think, you go, I know you like go, oh yeah, I've been thinking about that on my own. So where am I drawing it from? I didn't think about it on my own. I'm thinking about it because I remembered eventually me thinking about that, aka me. I was maybe Sigmund at one point. You know what I mean? That's stored somewhere, that memory, and I'm supposed to push that forward. So when your parents have you, or when your parents, so your grandparents wanted to reach. So let's say they got to 50. They got to, let's just say, because it's an immigrant country, they got to America. That's 50. That's all they could do, and give their kids a little bit of money. They reached 0 to 50, right? Then their kids are starting at 50 and they're trying to reach 100. Let's say they didn't reach 100, they reach 80. They got a house, they got a bunch of money, and now they're giving it to you. Now you take that 80 and you reach 100 for us. You start that legacy for our family. That's the goal, right? So you're at 80, you got to reach 100 now. You should have all that previous knowledge, which you subconsciously do. You watch your family. You go, I see what my family was doing. Now I have to take this knowledge and move forward and push the goalpost forward. You know what I'm saying? And it's in you somewhere, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's fear. We choose not to acknowledge it. I'm definitely gonna end this video. This was a lot of food for thought. I think this is a really good video. I don't know what you guys think. To me, it was all that. I think I was dropping some gems. I don't know if I mentioned, but like, I think people really, not only like thinking, but just anything to just get outside your comfort just for a little bit and to take a look at yourself. 3D view yourself, all right? And then give me some results of how you view yourself and see if what you don't like about yourself, and then see what you can improve on, you know? I know that's a little tidbit, but like, we gotta improve, man. We gotta do it together. Nobody's gonna be on your shit. I mean, I can. Shit, I'll text you right now. Yo, get on your shit. You've been slacking. I'm looking at you right now. Why you at Mickey D's? I thought you said you were vegan. Anyway, I'm done, man. That's it. It's a wrap. Posting this. Stay tuned.